You brought
Right, but
them
you
up.
have an opinion about
I'm going to
that.
have to mute you, Royce. I'm going to have to mute you.
Okay.
You're bringing up topics, and then telling me I brought them up. This isn't a way to be interviewed as a serious
I didn't say
person.
that. I didn't say you brought it up. I said you had an opinion
You told me
about
I
it.
brought up. It was
Right.
recently revealed you spent campaign donations at a strip club. Is that true?
David Pakman destroys Royce White in a heated MAGA debate, and the chaos starts the second Royce opens his mouth. Within minutes, it's a whirlwind of culture wars, drag show panic, and white liberal accusations flying everywhere. By the end, Pakman isn't debating a Senate candidate. He's untangling a full-blown MAGA meltdown on live air.
Where you said one of the issues you find right now is that women have become, quote, too mouthy. Tell me about that. How did you come to believe that?
Well, first of all, I was being humorous.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, no, I was being pretty humorous. I'm kind of a sick puppy. I got a sort of unique humor. But
here's where the chaos really kicks in. Royce White walked into this debate thinking he'd deliver a masterclass on culture wars. Instead, he opened with a rant about how women have become too mouthy. Yep, that's the hill he chose to die on.
Weaponized identity politics in our current political culture, and that the identities of women, the LGBTQ, blacks, and Jews are all sort of used in a similar fashion to manufacture consent. That
when Pakman pressed him for specifics, Royce tried to pass it off as just a joke, but then doubled down by claiming feminists, LGBTQ groups, black activists, and even Jews are all being used to undermine American citizenship.
Weaponized identity politics in our current political culture, and that the identities of women, the LGBTQ.
And remember, this isn't some random podcast guest. Royce is a Steve Bannon-backed MAGA candidate running for the U.S. Senate. This wasn't just embarrassing, it was political self-destruction, live on air.
Let's just pick one as an example to show kind of your line of reasoning. How has female identity been weaponized in order to show that being an American citizen isn't important?
Pakman calmly asked for one solid example to back up this conspiracy-level claim.
Well, I mean, for one is Ana Navarro. Self-described Republican centrist Ana Navarro
Ana Navarro says that men aren't useful.
Ana Navarro sat right up there on The View with Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg and the rest of them, and she made a joke about men not being useful except for gay men because they're very good at gossip and accessorizing.
And what does Royce bring? Ana Navarro from The View. That's it. One joke on daytime TV suddenly becomes his proof that radical feminists have hijacked America. Pakman immediately calls out the double standard. If Royce's mouthy women line was just humor, why isn't Navarro's? Royce stumbles, backpedals, and insists his joke had validity, but hers was evidence of a cultural takeover.
Well, no, I don't think it's a joke.
Let me get the question.
I don't think it's a joke.
Hold on. You just said it's a joke.
Let's be clear. No, I didn't. I said what I said was said in humor, but it had a lot of validity to it. I don't think what Ana Navarro said was a joke, even though it was said in a joking setting.
How do you know it wasn't a joke then?
No, I said I don't think it's a joke.
Okay.
Just like people would say they don't think what I said is a joke. I have the right to think that.
Pakman also points out the hypocrisy. Royce rails against identity politics while literally running a campaign built on Christian nationalism, anti-woke branding, and border purity tests. He's not against identity politics. He just wants to monopolize it. Pakman didn't need to destroy Royce here. Royce did it himself, live in HD.
The prevailing consensus around the women's rights movement and the feminist movement are ideas such as believe all women. That was popular with the Me Too movement. And then you have
Just when you think Royce couldn't dig the hole any deeper, he pivots to the number Me Too movement, completely unprovoked. According to him, the entire thing was built on the slogan, believe all women, and has somehow erased the presumption of innocence in America. Sounds dramatic, right? But here's the kicker. He never backs it up with a single fact.
Well, I don't want to get bogged down in this necessarily, but it sounds, Royce, like you're one example.
No, it's not bogged down. It's important detail.
It sounds like you're one detail of the prevailing view of the feminist movement being men aren't useful is something Ana Navarro said jokingly. Is that right?
No. Ana Navarro, just like you're trying to represent my views, or let's not say you.
Pakman steps in, calm as ever, and spells it out. Number Me Too was about taking accusations seriously, not blindly believing them. Royce ignores it, throws out some sketchy stats on false accusations, and cranks up the volume instead of producing facts.
And even for,
false
again,
rape claims are 0.02% of all sexual assault claims.
According to you. According
to crime reporting from police departments all over the country.
Pakman then lands the knockout. FBI crime data shows less than 2% of sexual assault claims are proven false. But Royce still wants you to believe hashtags broke the entire justice system.
Feminists are out of control, be clear. And they are. That's why they're bringing their children to drag stripper shows.
And just when you think Royce couldn't get any wilder, boom, he dives headfirst into drag show hysteria. According to him, radical feminists are out of control and apparently marching kids straight into drag stripper shows like it's some national crisis.
Feminists are out of control, be clear. And they are. That's why they're bringing their children to drag stripper shows.
Pakman, though, ice cold. He calmly asks, "So, you really believe drag shows is equal to sexualizing kids?" Royce dances around it like he's dodging laser beams, throws in buzzwords, and refuses to answer straight. Pakman pushes harder. "Okay, then why are kids legally allowed at drag shows but not strip clubs? Which is it, Royce? Alcohol laws or your imagination?" And that's when Royce combusts. He talks over Pakman, spirals into chaos, and gets muted on his own rant. At this point, Royce isn't debating policy anymore. He's headlining his own meltdown special.
It was recently revealed you spent campaign donations at a strip club. Is that true?
And then, the bomb drops. Pakman pulls out the FEC filings showing Royce's campaign funds spent at, wait for it, a strip club.
That's not true.
Okay, it's been sourced very well by the Daily Beast. Where'd they get this information?
The Daily Beast, first of all, the Daily Beast is not a good source. That's number one. But number two,
Royce instantly denies it, calls the report fake news, and blames the Daily Beast. But the receipts are real. So what's his next move? The legendary chicken wings defense. He claims someone from his campaign only bought food there. Right, because nothing screams family values like a plate of lemon pepper wings under a disco ball. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button and drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next twist in this wild story.
Who didn't do the filing properly?
Whoever was in charge of the filing.
And who was that?
Well, there were a number of people, I would assume, who were in charge of getting that accounting done, but it wasn't
You don't
filed properly.
know who the people are doing your accounting?
Oh, yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, I know who they are. Do you want me to list the entire list of people who worked on it?
Yeah.
Pakman doesn't let him off the hook either. He keeps asking who authorized the spending, why it was filed that way, and who's responsible. Royce's answers? A mix of, I don't know, I know, but won't say, and someone else should have reimbursed it.
Spend money on food at a strip club?
You white liberals have a lot of nerve.
That's identity politics.
You white liberals hate when black men vote Republican. You hate when black men say that they like being American citizens. You hate when black men say that we want to have a border. You hate when black men say...
Here's where the whole debate flips into pure irony. Royce spends the entire interview ranting about how the left weaponizes identity politics. But the moment Pakman corners him on facts, guess what he does? He attacks Pakman for being a white liberal.
Or especially when
what do you mean?
I'm a Hispanic Jewish immigrant from Argentina.
Yeah, right, but you have a white liberal ideology. That's what's funny about it.
Oh, that's something different.
Pakman calmly drops the bomb. He's a Hispanic Jewish immigrant from Argentina. You could hear the record scratch through the screen. But instead of owning the slip, Royce doubles down and claims Pakman has a white liberal ideology. And Pakman doesn't even need to drag him. Royce walks straight into his own trap and somehow keeps digging. So let's get this straight. Royce claims to hate identity politics, while using identity politics as his shield. That's not strategy. That's self-own of the year. And Pakman doesn't even need to respond. The contradiction speaks louder than Royce ever could. By now, Royce isn't debating. He's free-falling without a parachute. Every talking point has collapsed. The strip club excuse, the number Me Too deflection, the identity politics shield, all gone. So, what does he do? He unleashes a greatest hits album of chaos.
Stop sending our money to the Ukraine, and you go to the WWE politics to try and defend your latent racism. That's what it is.
Hold on a second, Royce. Aren't you against identity politics?
Suddenly, it's white liberals, drag shows, Ukraine, radical feminists, all mashed together like a MAGA word salad. Pakman, still calm as a monk sipping tea, finally mutes him mid-scream just to keep the show from turning into a live meltdown meme. And honestly, if this is the guy MAGA wants to send to the Senate, just imagine what happens when he has to face real lawmakers instead of a YouTuber.
Or I could get chicken wings from a strip club. That doesn't matter. But you want to take little kids to strip clubs, drag strip clubs.
All right,
and you think
Royce,
that's okay.
Best of luck with the campaign, okay?
Godspeed to you.
And when the interview ends, Royce refuses to go quietly. He's still yelling about kids at drag shows and strip club chicken wings like a man trying to distract everyone from the one thing he couldn't escape. David Pakman exposed him, live, for the entire internet to see. And if this is the MAGA strongman they're betting on, how's he supposed to survive Washington if he can't survive YouTube? Hit like, smash subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story isn't over yet.